Well, hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. I am so excited. I finally get to interview Rose Duran, who's the secretary for APC. So welcome, Rose. It's great to see you today.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's great to see you too. I'm pretty excited about sharing this information with our Unit 4 employees.
Well, let's start off with that then. Why don't you start by sharing a little bit about yourself?
Well, I've been employed at the CSU for 22 years now at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, and I'm married with 3 children, 4 grandchildren, and 2 Yorkies.
Wow. So that all keeps you busy, I bet.
Yes.
Well, so you just shared with us that you've been with CSU and Cal Poly for 22 years. So why don't you share with us now what positions you've held there?
I started in extended ed department in 2000, and I first started out with another union, and I came into APC and extended ed and have been there for 22 years.
Wow. Well, congratulations, first of all. I mean, that's awesome. So let me ask, what did you know about unions when you first joined CSU? Because you said you were with a different union, right?
Yes.
So what was your knowledge of unions even before you joined that union?
Well, I had my family were union family members. And so I think the first time I ever had experienced it was my uncle worked for Union Oil. And he'd always have these family picnics and everyone would come and there'd be this wonderful time and networking and hearing about everybody. And then, my family, unbeknownst to me at first, were all in unions. And then later on, you come to find out that they all were in unions. And so we were a union family from the very beginning.
Wow, that's quite the history. So when did you join APC? That was right after.
Well, day one, because it was real easy. Since I started with the CSUEU, a different sister union on our campus. There's 14 unions on each campus. And I started with CSUEU. And so when I was promoted or transferred to a Unit 4 position, I immediately joined APC on day one.
And can I say they're better?
They all represent different individuals and different classifications.
That's true. Okay. So yeah. They're a good union for the academic professionals, right? So
yes.
So why did you originally want to even join the union then?
Well, it just getting involved. I remember the first time that I had met with one of the stewards on our campus with APC. He just didn't have time to do anything. He was so overworked and inundated with paperwork. I'm like, let's get some chapter meetings. Let's do some camaraderie. Let's start doing some events. He was so excited for the help. And so I started helping him, and he just really, took it and run. He kept trying to push me to become a steward. I'm like, I'm good. Let me just go ahead and help you. Let's just keep all our members engaged is what I really started off when I began.
But you did eventually become a steward, right?
Yes, I did. It didn't take long for him to recruit me as a steward. And then I became a chief steward not long after that. So it was a quick romance. You don't know. And for me, I always wanted to be the voice for those who didn't want to speak up. There's just so much politics on any given campus that it really was something I really wanted to be the spearhead and go lobby for our members.
I love that, what you just said, for people who don't want to speak up. I imagine there's so many people that are afraid, they don't want to rock the boat, or they're afraid they're going to have some kind of repercussions if they say
Absolutely.
Something. That's a really good line. I'm going to have to remember that one. So, well, now how long, and then now you're with the EBoard. So how long have you been with the EBoard?
I was selected to be on the EBoard October 2015. So it's been almost 7 years. And I've been in the recording secretary position all 7. And it has been such an exciting and way to share APC with all the campuses. And as I said that, before I was always a chief steward, and everything we did only dealt with Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. So it's real important to me to find out what other campuses were doing and be able to share and communicate so that we all were informed of things and how they were being handled and processed with all the departments, especially HR and management.
Oh, that's great. Now, You're also, I know this isn't really about the committees, but you're also, in addition to being on the EBoard, on one of the committees, aren't you?
Yes, over the 7 years I've been on the EBoard, I've been on, and when I was a chief steward, I've been on a number of committees. Right now I'm chairing the organizing committee, which is just, passionate to my heart.
And that just goes back to everything else we've been talking about helping everybody. So that's really cool.
Yeah, it's a way to get out there and meet individuals, answer a bunch of questions, and just inform them of what the union is doing and how they can get involved.
Well, I imagine that keeps you busy too.
Yeah, it does.
You've got a lot going on over there. Well, so let me ask you real quick, Rose, what's something that you're most proud of that APC has accomplished for its members?
There's so many things, but the main thing that comes to mind is the bonus program. It's one of the things that we have that no other union has. And the bonus program for APC is BSM, long-term service bonus, and an education stipend. So the long-term service is for individuals after 10 years, and every 5 years after, we have an incentive for them, and you receive a bonus, as well as the education stipend. You get your master's or you get your doctorate degree. There's also a bonus. So after all that hard work in getting your degree, you also get a nice little bonus. And then there's other bonus programs that the other unions do have, but that help individuals move up their pay scale or to receive acknowledgement for the special things that they've done in their department when there isn't any other types of raises available to them. So I'm really, really proud of those bonus programs that we were able to secure for our members many, many moons ago, and that have paid forward year after year.
Wow. So then that doesn't matter, like the calendar year that it is, it's based on their anniversary dates, right? Yes. And then they get that. That's really cool. So I imagine that helps out a lot of families, so that is, because most people, when they work, unless you're like senior management somewhere, you don't get bonuses, every year or anything like that. So
that's a nice little, incentive. And what happens, they pay out all the education stipends and then the long-term service, and then whatever's left becomes in our bonus shortfall mitigation. And that comes once a year in October. So that's a nice little, check in the mail telling you that's something that we fought for. So it's wonderful. Very exciting.
I imagine everybody looks forward to October then, right? What's your favorite month of the year? October.
Yeah, really. November 1st. Right at the end.
So November then. All right.
Yes.
Well, thanks so much for your time today, Rose. And I just want to kind of end this interview with giving you an opportunity for any additional thoughts that you'd like to share.
Well, one of the things I just like to remind everyone that this is your union. This isn't our union. This is yours. And be a part of the team. We have fought hard, and we want to continue to fight and network with everyone. And we just want to make sure that you can be as involved as you want to be, and know that we're here for you at any time. But join APC.
Thanks so much, Rose. And thank you for your time today. And I look forward to talking to you again.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.